Tania Burgess was a typical 15-year-old girl. She loved surfing and spending time with friends. On the afternoon of July 19, 2005, Tania got off the school bus and decided to take a shortcut home through the Forresters Beach Resort car park. What she did not know was that a boy, a year older than her, had also got off the bus and was trailing behind her. The 16-year-old, known only as DL due to legal reasons, waited behind bushes before he ambushed Tania with a knife. A holiday goer saw the boy sitting astride Tania, repeatedly stabbing her in the chest. When the witness rushed over to help, the attacker fled. Tania Burgess had suffered a total of 48 stab wounds. While most were shallow, one pierced her heart, while others reached both lungs and liver. An investigator would comment that Tania had virtually been stabbed from head to toe. She had also sustained a number of defensive wounds in the attack. Tania managed to tell responders the identity of her attacker. She told them his first name, the school he attended, and what grade he was in. These would be her last words before she succumbed to her injuries. A few hours later, police arrested DL at his home in Baddoe Bay. In his bedroom, they found blood-stained clothing. Forensic testing showed that the blood was that of Tania Burgess. The boy had a cut on his hand and grazes on his knees. His watch was found in a pool of blood at the scene. DL, who would be labelled by the media as the baby-faced killer, was charged with the murder of Tania Burgess. He claimed that while he was at the scene, he did not commit the murder. A month before her daughter's murder, Mandy Burgess reported an incident in which she was assaulted by a schoolboy. She recalled that the boy entered the home and said that he was looking for someone. A few moments later, he started punching Mandy. While she was unable to identify her attacker at the time, Mandy was positive that it was DL who had viciously assaulted her. While Tania and DL caught the same bus, they barely knew each other. They went to different schools, and Tania's friends stated that she never mentioned him in conversation. It was suspected that DL had pursued Tania romantically, and she had declined his advances. An inmate at the juvenile facility DL was being held at stated, "He was jealous, he got rejected, he was waiting behind the bushes, and she got off the bus, and he stabbed her." At the trial, the judge noted that DL was normal and well behaved before the attack, and then something had snapped. 3 psychiatrists commented that the teen had some sort of mental illness, but were unable to determine a definitive diagnosis. One suggested that DL had suffered a brief psychotic episode, but stated that he had shown no signs of psychotic traits after the murder, which would have been expected. DL admitted that he was at the scene, but someone else had committed the murder. However, he did not even attempt to describe the individual. It took the jury just 90 minutes to return a guilty verdict. DL was sentenced to 22 years in prison with a non-parole period of 17 years. After a successful appeal, due to an error in the way sentencing was applied to juveniles, 4 years were removed from the sentence. In June of 2022, it was announced that DL had been granted parole and is set to be released on August 1, where he will be under intensive supervision. This is opposed to being released in 2023 without any supervision. Still, according to prison staff and the Burgess family, DL has not admitted to the killing and has shown no remorse. Due to being a juvenile when committing the heinous crime, DL, who is now 32, will not have his full identity revealed. Mandy Burgess says he could go anywhere he wanted to go, and the people around him where he's living, they don't know him, they don't know his name or what he's done. He's just another man in their community. It's really frightening.